Hey, it's me again. Same day as the last video. Couple houses down, though. Anyways, I don't mind this job much. Just looking at people, talking with them. Sometimes I get ideas just looking at the house and thinking about what was happening with them. Got an idea of sort of a cover for the window frame. You put it over the frame. It's like a clear plastic sheeting. Put it over the frame, and you can have the window open all you want, and no rain will come in. Pretty much the whole reason for it. So, yeah, thought of a good idea for it. Had some customizations in my mind, how to actually, you can put it size-wise, width. You can customize that part of it. We'll have to have a spring thing attached to it, and so it'll grow and shrink. But the thing is, the hardest part is, and the only thing I could think of is it has to have a certain length going up and down, that it cannot be changed from that. Anyways, there's one idea. Another idea I had as a portable charger. It uses sort of two dynamos and actual propeller type of thing. Anyways, three of them are connected. One is being powered, the other one and another one is being sort of it generates its own power, sort of. It one creates power, the other one charges it. Another one, the third one, sorry, I think I'm making you confused. Three of them. One of them is charging, being powered, spinning, while it's connected to the second one, which is charging it to one battery. And the third one is separate, so it charges your device or your phone. Well, it's all the three of them are connected. This one is charging this one and this one. So technically it's three things, and it's free energy right there. Well, that's another idea. Another idea, using a bunch of dynamos to in consecutive order, going down, flipping, using gravity to create electricity. Some of those can actually pump a machine pumping water up something like a wall into a tank, which also holds the water. Not only that, it makes there's a hole in it that makes water go down the consecutive dynamos. What's that right there? I think is a good idea. The only problem is, I talked with someone about it. They said that it loses a lot of momentum by hitting dynamos. Unless you have something like a dynamo, like not quite a water mill that goes like this. The water's going along here and it spins it like that. Well, the water's going straight down and it's spinning the thing fast using gravity. It may lose a little momentum, but it has to have a little free room to go to the next one. It's not going to take much, though. Maybe if flipping small dynamos like this big and have tubes this big, and have around 3 inches to 4 inches, maybe 5 inches per in between the dynamos. That right there is awesome. You got practically free energy right there. It's all for right now. I'm gonna go to the next house. 1 second. Yeah, here I am again. Just got done with another door. Anyways, when I was another one, I thought of an idea for upgrading a van into a living situation. You can attach something like a truck bed cover to it, the top of it. All you need is to seal it, and sealing it is easy. You can cut open a part for getting into that part of it, into the top of the van. You can do other stuff with it. You can put padding up there, but technically you're gonna have to support what you're gonna put up there first. That's pretty easy. There's a lot of things. If you have, it already has a structure for support, you can put this laid over the top and secure it on, like right there, and that's how it is. And then there's other ways to do it. Have it a little supported from the sides, and the middle have a little bit of support, but you're gonna have to bow it so the middle is supported, not laying too much on certain parts of it, so it doesn't cave in and stuff like that. Seal it really good, and it's really good. Doesn't take much room for a bed. You can do a padding, very nice padding, and just make sure it's bed. Unless you want to do something like a storage there, it's easy. You can do a few off to the sides, like the bed right here, this area that you can do in the, turn it a little bit so you can see it. This side is a shelving area, this side shelving area, and in the middle is where the hole is. Well, you can do that. It's pretty easy. You just need enough room to climb in, climb out. Pretty easy. Then you got the other getting nervous. I get nervous because people ask, what are you doing? And, yeah, anyways. Standing in the middle of the road. Not exactly in the middle, off to the side. There's no sidewalk, anyways. Okay, like back to what I was saying. You can do stuff like that. You can customize the, depending on the roof, you can add another one, and facing opposite directions. So the door that's normally for the back of the truck is in the middle. You can either take them off or leave them on. Either one would do, but technically if you leave them on, you can also just put curtains, so there's two technically bedrooms there, and you can also, if you wanted, you can put doors in them, so sliding doors or whatever. So maybe flip up doors, fold up. So it's technically a bedroom. You got curtains you can put on along the edges if you want. You can do tinted windows if you want. Do a lot of different things for it. Then you have trailers. You can pimp the trailer out, have it customized as much as you want. You can put bathrooms, flipping showers, stuff like that. You can actually add solar panels on the top of the van, so you can draw in energy. You can also put like the charger. I had an idea. You can make it into a larger version into something like a generator for flipping building. It makes pretty much the same amount of sound, but it's gonna be very good at it. There's a lot of free energy things like that charger I was talking about on YouTube. I found a couple of them, saved them on a different channel. Anyways, I like trying to create things and do stuff I know. You can actually make a small version using something like those engine propellers for a drone. One of those 4 propeller drones you see a lot of the time. Use that, do that. A lot of different things. Trailers, depending on the trailer, you can use that. I had a couple ideas for turning a U-Haul into a flipping a van of some kind, or a living space. using flipping futons. I love futons. I can sleep while it's on it while it's still in couch form. Because it's how it's curved, I can roll around all I want and won't worry about it falling off the bed like normal couches are. How it's curved, sort of. Anyways, there's some other ways you can do it. What I thought of an idea was sort of for the futon, you can actually have sideways seat belts. And if you want, you can have the sideways seat belts attached to either side using small plugs in the middle. Or on along your sides, and have things going up from the top. Anyways, stuff like that. You can also, for a U-Haul, you can clear out the passenger seat and add stairs going up to the back, and seal up the back entrance. Unless you want to have it sort of sealed, and so you can rearrange stuff every once in a while. You can do that. Do a bunch of different shit. You can also put solar panels on top if you want. You can do that and draw in your energy whenever you want. And a lot of different things that are normal, like phones. They don't draw too much energy because they have a sort of a switch that says that if it's drawing too much energy, it flips it off and it doesn't draw much any more energy. A lot of chargers, old-fashioned chargers, don't have that, so they keep drawing energy until it pops a fuse, and that's why they have those lights and those sounds for the fuse boxes. Well, that right there, no, hell no. You can actually customize a actual boat without a top on it, to actually make it bigger, sort of. Have a little cabin in the front. It's because you're always steering from the back. Little cabin wouldn't do much. Wouldn't do bad, because you can sleep there, stuff like that. Then have a little cover for the back end of it. Windows along the side, and sort of a door on the side if you need it. 2 doors maybe, actually. Stuff like that. Those right there would be awesome for an actual boat. I would love it. Doesn't need much for an actual small boat. Just enough that people can just sleep on the rudder and then go back to what they're doing. And sometimes those boats are usually for fishing, so you can customize it sort of that so that you can have seats up at the front, or collapsible seats if you need it. So you can just collapse it and put it down and strap it down and just go on your way to the next location, or go to sleep and stuff like that. Those will be good boats. Then you got a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna be right back. Got the next door. You hear me right here talking to you, pouring most of my ideas out, and most of them actually are I lost track of them, don't remember at this point. Sometimes I get them back and sometimes I don't. Depends on the day and time. Well, there's some of them that I don't mind. There's some sort of things, sorry, there's a what's it called? Idea I had using AMP, which also is a technical term for amplifier for a charging amp. Uses a certain amount of charge and amplifies it. Sometimes it's tenfold or more. I try to thought of the idea to actually sort of put that into a battery thing and then put one of those. Sorry, technically not like that. More of it's putting power into something, and then the byproduct of that power is put into the amp, which I believe it would make it a lot stronger. Or not quite that, it would charge it at least. Uses that charge to make an unlimited. There's also things I saw online, videos, that you can, this guy hooked up a light bulb to sort of different things, and then hooked up the wall cable without the plug itself to both ends of the positive and negative. It turned on. He took it off. It started running for a few seconds, or maybe at least 30 seconds, then turned off. Anyways, there's those. I try to do a lot of different things. Look up a lot of different facts and stuff like that. There's some ideas I have on the job. I look at the people's last names, and then I think, what are the relations between them and the actual words or something, like Knox, whatever. Anyways, and the actual reference for Knox, like Fort Knox. Or do they have a relationship or not with the last name or not, and stuff like that. There's a lot of different things that it could be referencing to, the different last names, stuff like that. Shows, comic book characters, stuff like that. Did they get their last name from? Did the character from some show or book or flipping comic book get their last name from a person's ancestor, something like that? Stuff like that. There's so many things that happen through my mind. I have Tourette's, and I have a better definition than normal people actually gave a definition for. I gave the definition as in it thinks, person who has Tourette's thinks randomly, not says randomly. I say a lot of things, but most of the time it's not random. I silence that random part from coming out of my mouth. The random is more in my head than out my mouth. People who actually know the definition for speaking randomly and stuff, and that's a lot of ideas right now. I'll get back to you with more ideas. Bye.